Since I have plenty of time, so let's do some more reading for the rabbit group, okay? So I'm gonna do a few more. That will be the metal rabbit, who ever born in 1951 and 2001. General reading for 2023. So, by the way, at the end of this weekend is the Chinese New Year or the Lunar New Year. So, because I celebrate Lunar New Year, so it's a little bit different. So, I think this makes like a gift for whoever that is, born in the year of a metal rabbit, or the wood rabbit, whoever born in 1915 and also 1975 and 2035, if you decide to be reborn during those years. And also for the earth rabbit, 1939 and 1999, and the fire rabbit, 1927, 1987 and 2047. Okay. You're wondering why I was looking at it, simply because I couldn't remember the year or time, but yeah, for the element itself, it's kind of like different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like 4 piles from one of each, and then I'm going to work from there, and I just do a reading all at once, just make it nice, quick and easy, like a like for general reading for the new year. So I'm using Stephanie Full Moon Law card. This is such a beautiful card collection. I bought these probably years ago, and I rarely use them. I only use some, but not all of them. So I feel like, how do I feel like about the rabbit sign? Okay, the rabbit sign is quite sensitive or quite fragile. That's how I feel. But they're not fragile creature. They are extremely intelligent. They're quite outgoing and open. But when they meet a certain like obstacle and things like that, they just withdraw and then ran away from the situation. So emotionally, they can be a little bit slow to develop, and but they are extremely smart creatures, and they are extremely stable, if you know what I mean. Like, they know how to get around and establish themselves real well in society, no matter how people say scaredy cat they are, but they're not. Like in our culture, we call them like the cat years, but like with the same element instead of a rabbit. But like, I'll just stick with the rabbit for now. Like, I love rabbit more. Okay, I got 4 piles, and then I just got some for clarify if need to clarify anything. But because this is going to be short, brief, and general reading for purely entertainment, so that's where we're going to be. Okay, now. So I do have a book on it, but it doesn't mean I have to read about it. I just want to know the year and the time, and then I work from there. So this is the metal rabbit, the wood rabbit, the fire rabbit, and then the earth rabbit. So we're going to the metal rabbit first. Metal rabbit, general reading. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, super short and brief, okay. Okay, for the first 6 months, okay, your wheel of fortune is actually upside down. Whatever you plan to go ahead with it, they don't recommend you start at the beginning of the year. Expect to go into a new venture, or like try to invest in a new path or relationship or anything. They don't recommend you start it right off the year. I would wait until like March onward, then I would start something new. Because look at this, the wheel of fortune is actually upside down. Yeah, it's actually quite a beautiful wheel of fortune. It feels like it's not like it's not there. It's just like the chance of thing to happen will be happen quite readily, but probably after the after the, don't start anything in the beginning. But like I said, in like the end of the 6 month, like from March onward. This is such a beautiful card. You can start something new. Maybe there's some new information coming in. And here are goldfish. Goldfish in our culture is very, how do I say it? It's quite a good fortune, sort of like luck. But luck in the feeling, luck in emotion, and also gold, you know. Do you know when happiness comes? The feeling is gold, and the cup is absolutely full of like, look at it, look at all the jewel around the cups, and look at how full it is, and look at how the fish floating on top. So this is overflow emotions and for feeling. So whatever you're pursuing, this is wonderful. So from July to December, this is the Five of Pentacles upside down. I think like your luck already turned. You know, when new emotion come into your life, right? It will change in your fortune once when you change your peace of mind, or changing this emotion to be the right vibration, and then you will meet what you really need to, what you desire. So you don't feel like you need to be feeling left out for any reason. And there's a lot of celebrating here. Look at the Three of Cups. This year look amazingly like well and busy, more like socializing metal rabbit. It's like you're going out there and you really like, I don't know how to say it, but you actually really like be the part of the party, and you're going out and really enjoy yourself. There's a lot of good news and good celebrations. That's how I feel. But like I said, everything will happen later in the year. It won't be happening in the beginning of the year. I think at the beginning of the year, you're probably going to work really hard. And, all right. Okay, I think you're working very hard, dealing with corresponding, dealing with verbal, sort of like confrontation or something like that. But it looked like it's mentally challenging. So whatever you come into the first year, it felt like you have to be on the edge. You have to be ready, and whatever come at you. But I feel like you're ready. You're ready for something new. By the look of it, that's why the Ace of Cups is there. I feel like something in the past tried to, like, you know how the fortune teller card upside down, but the Five of Swords is right side up, and look at how defensive he is. He already in a defense mode, and you already got a psychic on both sides and ready to go into action. And this card is actually looking at the past. So in a sense, you are already trying to draw a line, a boundary for the past, and you already decide where to go from now. So this is absolutely really strong. I feel like a strong person standing there and defending and not letting the past getting better of you. And then you invest into a new emotion, because you're trying to invest into something new. You're not trying to stay back and let the past ruin your life this year. That's how I feel. That's why this is where stamina and resilience coming through, because like I said, you have five of swords, and then a Five of Pentacles, and also a Three of Cups on top of it. It's like you defending your happiness, you protecting your own happiness, and that is absolutely wonderful. And you also have the Devil upside down. Okay, I feel like this is like a karmic sort of like events where you feel like you need to be attached to it, and you feel like you need to protect whatever you have and not letting the past sort of like trying to get hold to you. But just to let you know, the past is still leech onto you. Yeah. Maybe if I look at it from a love perspective, right? If this is like a love reading for Metal Rabbit, right? I feel like the past is coming back, past relationship coming back, because it's such a toxic relationship. So that's why it put you onto a defense, because you try to invest so much emotion into a new relationship. It felt like the past come back and ruin it. So I feel like the past relationship sort of like coming back because it's unfinished business. That's why the Death card is upside down. Or in another way of looking at it, it's like the past coming back and reunited with you, and there's a lot of celebrations. Yeah. Gee, that is how it is. And if you're thinking like, you know, starting a new job or anything like that, the money is like, you know, you make 10, you can only save 5. The rest of the money is pretty much spending on other things, maybe on celebration, going out, that sort of thing, or keeping up appearance. But then you know, it's like an old job coming back, like an old opportunity coming back. But I think because of the devil card there, I feel like unfinished business coming back, and it's asked you to review, reassess, to see the pro and con before you start it. I'm not a business advisor. This is purely for entertainment, and this is purely for funds. So if this resonates with you, I hope it will contribute to something better for you. Okay, what else do we need to know? Oh, the moon. Okay. Wow, the moon. Okay. The moon is actually quite beautiful, you know, here. You see, look at the moon priestess. That's what I would look at. The moon priestess with a hand up holding the heart, and then the other hand holding the mask. And I think the mask is already sort of like fall off. So her face is visible, but like look at all the mushroom, fungi. You know, whatever you do, you can never ever get rid of fungi. So I feel like whatever bone or skeleton in the past coming back, it will open and expose you, or it will open and disclose whatever happened in the past will come to light. Whatever that is holding you, right? From the past will come through to the night. Some strange reason. That's how I feel. Wow, yes, that is so powerful. That's how I feel. And the moon is like a center of like attention, of verification. So there you go. Happy New Year, Metal Rabbit. I hope this reading sort of like resonate, and I hope you will. Yeah, I think you'll be fine. I feel like emotionally and maturity is growing, but not only that, you enjoy yourself so much better. Even though the past coming back, you're ready for it. You know what to expect because everything is already revealed to you, and you already anticipate these changes. So yeah, expecting a lot of wonderful new coming on your way. New matter to the heart. Yeah, there you go, water metal rabbit. I don't know why I just say water, because I feel like it's such an emotional reading, and you know, it just the watery card is just more predominant, and it made me feel a lot of gladness. I don't know, the feeling of gladness is so apparent, so satisfying, but it's make me feel like I want to cry, because cry out of joy, not cry out of sadness. That's how I feel. Yeah, the past will bring good news to end all new. Isn't that funny? A good news that end all new. Like if you're in a toxic relationship, expect it to be over. Even though it's leech onto you, it doesn't mean like, you know, it's gonna affect you in any way. So there you go. I think metal rabbit. I think you're very, very interesting group of people indeed. Yeah. There you go. Happy New Year. Now, let's go to the wood rabbit. Okay. So there's 3 questions. Okay, we're going to clarify it. So, wood rabbit, you go into the year with the Queen of Swords upside down. Look at how beautiful when a Queen of Swords. When it's upside down, it's more like, look at it. It's lacking. It's sort of like lacking transformation, or transformation has been reversed, or it's blocked. And I think it was a mental overthinking thing, overdoing thing, and over analyzing thing. That's why it's actually blocked. And thinking about your wood sign, right? Wood sign is it's pretty much more like it's very stable, very sure what you're doing. You grow thing anywhere from whatever you travel, you just grow and you strive. And I feel like when you starting the year, you're just too busy, you're thinking too much, and therefore it stops you from progressing. So the Five of Wands is upside down as well. It felt like you were so busy that your defense already been gone. There's no defense whatsoever. It just completely down. And I think maybe because you burn out, you're exhausted. So what it's asked you to do is have a little bit of balance for this year. Yeah. Really, really balance it out. Look at it. Temperance card just come up and how beautiful and colorful the temperance card. And I think it's asked you to balance and you really love yourself, because if you really look at there, there's a little sun in the face. Just appreciate and love yourself a bit more. And that is quite predominant and quite important for this whole reading, because like I said, it's a major card. And it's asked you to look up the sun, go out and sunbathe. Maybe you're lacking vitamin D, that's how I know. That's how I feel like you're lacking vitamin D. But look at the sun, how beautiful it is. It's just like you're starting on a very right path. And I think you'll be victorious by the end of this year. And not only that, to be enable you to become victorious, you need to be balanced. And I think you should stop thinking too much. I think the thinking stop you from doing anything that you want to start. It's just Mercury retrograde at the moment, so I think it's not a good idea to start anything new. But like I said, you were working way too much that you crash and you burn and you just miss the sun. Maybe you need to go out and be in the sun more often. And you know, I feel like it's amazing glow at mid of the year, and it's going through the end of the year. I feel like you can adjust. I think it's like a dramatic burn, and then you just stop and realize that, hey, you know, this is what I need. And you went outside and then you look at the sun and the answer is there for you. Then you readjust yourself, self-modulate it, and then sort of like adaptations, and then you change physically and mentally and also emotionally. You find your own ground, your own feet, and you become more balanced. Maybe you're at the stage where you're trying to find your feet in a career that you try to establish or open a business, and you were just so caught up on it and you didn't really prioritize your health first. Something about health that actually stand up to me, and something to do with digestive system and pancreas. It seemed to be or liver or kidney. Those are the vital organ. I feel like I pick it up that you need to work on. I think you have a lot of absorption issue, digestive issue. So maybe because the stress is so much, that the thinking and working so much, that it felt like you really need to stop, slow down, and then redefine what is important. Because you know you're blessed by the sun. Yeah, you've been looking after by the sun. Isn't that funny? That's how I look at it. The Nine of Pentacles. So I realized something. It's funny to clarify the topic. For the first 6 months, no matter how burnout you are, how hard work you are, how much exhausted, fatigue, and thinking that you are, you know, the money was not satisfying at all. You don't feel complete. You don't feel financially stable. You don't feel satisfied. Whatever you come into your hand that you can hold, feel, touch, and send is just not satisfying. I think this is over burning, over exhaustion. So that's what it feels like. Yeah, working way too hard. I feel like something like you need to stop and then really recuperate, and then you will find something different 6 months after that to the end of the year. It's funny. That was like the Nine of Pentacles, and here is the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I think everything for you will be start by July onward. Yeah. July onward, you will see result of what's happening, and I think you will be on your feet. You will ride a horse or a lion or a funky little bird, giant bird here. Yeah, the sun. That was so funny. You'll be much more comfortable. I think 6 months afterward. Yeah. from July to December. So for 2023, Wood Rabbit, you are working way too much. You need to slow down. Yeah, need to slow down. Focus on one thing. If not, you're gonna burn, crash, and then dash, and then doom for the first 6 months. That's how I feel. And then through this doomness, you will go through, and then you will find your fate, and you will realize what is important, and then you will conquer it. And then you will travel as well. Look at this. You will travel somewhere. You probably have a better rest. Please rest. I think this card in general asks you to rest and restore. There you go, Wood Rabbit. That is your whole reading for general reading for 2023. Wow, that was the quickest reading I ever had, and it's actually to the point. I don't need to clarify anything because it's clarified itself. Now, metal wood, and this is this is a lot. I feel it's like for the fire. I feel the heat and the burn in here. So let's go for the fire. Oh my god, because there's a lot. I might just do 3. You are on fire. I can see only red. Okay, and it's still some more. Look at this. Still have plenty more questions than answer. Wow. Okay, fire, rabbit. It's not that because you're already on fire, the fire is not out of you yet. I felt like you're in a battle, and then death hasn't really. I feel like you haven't conquered that battle that you carry on from this year into the next year, and it felt like you felt like you're in a combative state. But like I think you're winning because you have the 4 of Wands right here. Beautiful card. Yep, you won. However, because you were exhausted and burned from the battle from last year, it felt like it hasn't really been over. It felt like you have a grounding, like you're gonna win it. But then again, in that sort of like winning state, there's like this weird sort of like about to end the battle but not end completely. It's funny, like how you're playing a game, and then for that 6-month period you were in a game and you say, oh my god, it's like those slosh machines. I already got two matching sign. Why is the third one? I think the third one gonna be coming out, and you keep thinking about it, queuing about it, and you keep on spending money and putting coin in it and try to get it, and this is what it is. This is how I feel for the first 6 months. And then you're mentally exhausted and burn and crash. That's how I feel the first 6 months is like. So fire rabbit, oh my god. I can feel the energy from it. It felt like you guys are not busy, just like the other rabbit sign, like the Wood Rabbit. You're like absolutely you're absolutely on fire. Yeah, it felt like you're constantly on the battle. You're constantly in it, and I felt like there's no rest or restore whatsoever. Yeah. And then you have the King of Swords upside down too, it's like illogical sort of like action will have a consequence of like not starting a new project. It felt like you so burned, so crashed, you don't look at your facts properly, so therefore you cannot carry on. It's like there's a blockage, there's a block mindset. Okay, it was a project that in the past that carry on to now until the next 6 months, and it's just like a court case, right? That's how it feels like, a court case, and you were battering and thinking and stretching over it. You thought you have all the evidence to stand up for yourself, but end up no, that evidence will make you more stressful because you feel like, hang on a minute, I'm dealing with an illogical person, the King of Swords upside down. quite a self-centered person, quite a narcissistic person, always thinking about themselves, and this person blocking you from winning or blocking you from custody. And it felt like this person connection is like the karma hasn't really paid off yet. It felt like you still owe this person something, and this person definitely is your partner, because the lover is upside down. It's become dual love. You know, after you fell in love with a person for a while, you stay with them, and then our companion and friendship, and then it come to obligation to stay together because of children. And then after this, what happened was that when you reach that stage, that saturated state, it becomes dual love, like you hate each other and you feel like you need to be separate. That's how it feels. And then the battle, separation, the thinking and the planning is just exhausting, and it's actually blocking both of your path to move forward. Wow, such a strong reading. It felt like family and marriage, or just a job where you feel like you cannot get out, like you're in a partnership where the other person burned you and you cannot do anything about it. Legally, you try to do the paperwork to get out, but then this screw and cunning person try to grab hold onto you. They got a hold onto you, and they just feel like it's like you feel like you have to pay back. That's how I feel, and I think it's important to say pay and then let them go, or else they will leeching on for a very long time. It will burn you more. Oh God. Okay. Wow. You not deal with one person, you deal with two person. Emotional, unstable person, and also a very emotional, manipulated person, especially a man. If you're a woman, and if you're a woman, it definitely. If you're a man, it will be a woman manipulating, and then a woman that actually doing all this thing to you, or is this a man? Because like I said, it's a Six of Wands as well. You feel like you're victorious, you will overcome this person. However, the manipulations, emotional manipulation and torturing and emotional victimizations is there, and there's a high priestess here. Yeah, that female. It felt like that female generate and control everything, you know, that feminine energy. But I think in this situation, it could be both party, a male or a female, causing this fire rabbit. I feel so sorry, but I feel like it's very messy, you know. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna be constant going. You're not gonna be stopping. It's like this year, it's just like you need to get it all out and in and end it. That's how I feel. Yes, the Four Sword. You need to do that to enable to gain peace and quiet in your life, or you won't be. And there is a simple way to get out, providing you can see it. It felt like you're trapped, but in your mind you're trapped. But then physically you can get out of it. You can fly. And not only that, you have a little helper as well. You know, you're not alone. There's a weird little messenger there, help. So pay attention to the messages. You know, don't pay attention to negativity, but there's also a messages of love and hope right there. So what I want you to do is, even though this crazy madness, I know this feeling, I know how I feel, I've been through this before, and I think that sometimes pay attention to the loved one, someone that you really trust, even though you know you feel like trapped. Even though you feel trapped, using that trap opportunity to rest and restore. Yeah, and prepare your sword for the next battle. Wow, that's how I feel, and I think you'll be okay. So good luck, fire, fire rabbit. I feel like you're gonna have a very busy and interesting year. Happy 2023, fire rabbit. Now, last sign, Earth rabbit. Oh, you. Oh man, I can feel the release with the Earth sign just like this. This is so weird. I'm gonna do this really quick. I know it's unfair, simply because I think my camera gonna cut down soon. Okay. I think you have the best card out of the lot because you have the Strength card coming in and then the Six of Cups. I think things just work out for you and it's meant for you. Luck, fortunes, strength. Your path is absolutely clear. Even the Three of Pentacles does not faze you because you actually have a Six of Cups in your hand, and you're actually walking around like a warrior. Like I said, the Nine of Wands. You know, for you, you're gonna be victorious by the end of the year. But like, please don't start anything new during this year. So this is the first 6 months. Please don't start anything new and don't trust and rely on anybody. Use your strength, your intelligence, and your manifestations. Find out what is right for you and don't listen to any women that think that they're stable or think they have this social status. They are quite hollow underneath. Don't buy a new car either. You know, just really look at it, assess it before you're doing anything. So, but the last 6 months is purely like, yeah, it felt like you might have a child, who knows, but it just felt like a childlike feeling, but lots and lots of gift. Six of Cups, lots of gift from friend, family, somebody close to you, especially a soulmate. Not only that, the Nine of Wands pop right up. It's just bringing a lot of like, I knew that you will look and waiting for. So the first 6 months is purely the Ten of Pentacles, so you're quite stable financially, so don't worry about it. The last 6 months is Eight of Pentacles. It's like you're investing money and then you earn more money on top of it. The essential reading is the Seven of Pentacles. You are growing financially, very stable. Earth, Earth Rabbit. I feel like if it's your Earth sign, you actually pick all the earthy sign. It's so beautiful and so amazing. And I think, you know, you old rabbit, you are amazing. That's how I feel. You're smart, intelligent, and stable financially and physically. I feel like you can grow anywhere, and your card this year represent that. So there you go. Happy New Year, 2023. May all the good blessing come to you all. Thank you for watching. See ya.